one is about two patterns that I downloaded, and it's for a dress that I've always kept looking at, and I kept thinking, I really like that. I really like that. I really should make it. And I've got the fabric. I had loads of fabric in my stash, and I thought, right, I'm going to make it. And this dress is so nice. It can be a summer and it could be an autumn dress. The only downside to it being a summer dress is it's got straps, and you know, we've got back wings, so I don't know that I'd be wanting to wear it without some kind of a cover up on it. And I might make myself a little black cover up or a little something cover up, but or I might just say sod the lottie. I might just happen to wear it anyway. But they were both two patterns, very similar to each other. The first one, well, I'm going to let you have a look at it first. So the one I wanted to go for was the cashmere at Hollyoak. I thought it was a lovely dress, but the price, I kept looking at the price, I think it was £16, and I kept thinking, do I want to pay £16 for a pattern? And unfortunately, unlike you, a lot of us, I don't have that much money spare to keep spending that much money on a pattern, which is why when I find a good pattern, I like to create the same thing over and over again, because I'm getting my money's worth. And that's what we used to do in the years ago. We used to buy a pattern, you'd use it over and over again, then you'd buy another one, maybe it's a month or two later. So I looked at it, and then one day I thought, I'm gonna get it, and if I like it, hopefully, fingers crossed, if I like it, I'll make some more. And so yes, I bought it, and I also bought, well, I'll tell you about that one later on. So this is the first one. This first one was made from some fabric that I got from Pound Fabrics. It's like a linen effect fabric. The good thing about that is it doesn't crease as much as linen would, and it's a little bit heavier, so it looks a bit more hard wearing. When the one thing I wasn't keen on was the straps were made out of two pieces, and I didn't like the way there's a seam at the top. I couldn't fathom out why she didn't do the strap as one full piece, coming from the back and coming over. If you know why she did it in two pieces, tell me, because I don't know why. And it was made in two pieces, and that seemed strange, but the rest of it was absolutely wonderful, very straightforward. I followed the instructions, I did everything according to what she said, and it turned out really nice. The only downside was, have you ever tried, I think you have this panel, waist panel there, and because it was a linen fabric, the seam here was very thick. And if you tried using your button attachment close to where it's got an overlap on a seam, even with a hump jumper, which I have used, a hump jumper is where if you've got a lump of fabric like that and you're trying to get your, how can I say, the sewing machine's going over there, what it was doing, that was where the fabric got thicker, and I wanted to start there and go back over like that. But because this was in the way, the front of the buttonhole was catching it and it wouldn't go. So in the end, I had to do a hand sewn buttonhole just around where the waistband was. And then the gap that I gave it, there was going to be a buttonhole on that waistband thing. So in the end, I put a false button on and I put a press stud behind it, because I thought, I'm not going to be able to get a proper buttonhole here with this attachment. So that is a failing of the modern buttonhole machine. You can't do it without the thing being level, and it's quite awkward when you're on pieces of fabric where they're all different levels, because it was that level there, then your waistband there, and then the skirt there. So you've got this bit here that's slightly higher at each side there. So yes, so I hand sewed one of the buttonholes, and I had to do a pretend button with a press stud behind it on the waistband for that one. But apart from that, I loved everything about it. I thought it was really nice, and I highly recommend the pattern. The second dress was almost exactly the same, but it didn't cost as much. The Hollyoak pattern cost that price, and this pattern cost this price. And it was also this, but it didn't have the same detailed as the Hollyoak. So you have to kind of work it in your head, or you read the instruction trying to go back. You've got to be a little bit more knowledgeable. But in the end, I made the same thing. Now, I don't think it had pockets, so I put my own pockets in the diff. So this is the Hollyoak pattern, and it has, oh no, the pockets are in the side there. The pockets go in there. This is the fabric. You can see it's like a linen-y type of fabric, isn't it? And I didn't want to buy buttons, so I used these wooden buttons that I bought during lockdown from Amazon, all different flowers. And this one, this was the one that I had to hand, so not a very good job, I have to say. Oh, I'm not going to show you it. This was the hand sew one, but it had messed, trying to sew it with the buttonhole machine had messed it up. So I've yet to tidy it up there. This is the popper one. So that's just sewn on, and there's the popper there. Is the one with the popper on. And that's what I meant about the top. It goes wider and then goes narrower. Now, because I was just trying this, I've used rainbow thread, and you can just see the rainbow thread through there. I didn't understand why she had done 2 pieces, but maybe you might know why. But that was quite nice. This was the other one, and this was slightly more, I think I gave it a bit more of a width, an A-level shape, an A-line shape here. And it's got, I put pockets in again, and very similar. It doesn't have a waistband there. And can you see what I've done here? I've actually done top stitch with a tiny zigzag there, tiny zigzag in rainbow thread, and that's just accentuated. I've done the same around there, accentuate with a tiny rainbow stitch. Tiny zigzag stitch. It's like a zigzag, but it's slanted. It goes like that all the way down. So that one there is like that. I know probably the fabric makes a difference, but this was, the other one's a Hollyoak, and this is the Lacala. And the Lacala pattern was only $4. So you can choose whatever you want. I just figured that they were both very close to each other, and I shall be wearing both of them. Highly recommend both, but I do, you know, if your money is tight, the other reason why I tell you about Lacala is because it's cheap. Not everybody has 10 or 15 pounds to spend on patterns, and I really feel awful that I'm not buying these patterns that everybody else has made, that people have designed themselves, the independent people. And I would love to, but even I can't afford to keep buying all these patterns. And I don't know where the young people manage to get their money from to buy them, because it just gets too expensive. So that is one of the reasons why I like the card, because it's cheap. It reminds me of back in the day when we used to do sewing, and that was what I liked about it. And no doubt I will mention that again on another vlog. both got the little bodice that goes around there. I had to take this in a lot on this Hollyoak one, even though I took the measurements that they said. I've got another stray thread there. I had to take it in a lot on the around the bust because it was far too big. It was kind of sticking right out like that, and I thought, oh, that may have been the fabric as well, but it just didn't look right. But I would highly recommend both of them. If I was trying to save money, I would say the Lucala one is by far much better. I know there's not instructions. I should happily like to make one again. If you think it's something that might interest you, let me know, and I might do a sew along for it, which would make life easier for you. So on that, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to have myself a cold drink because it is absolutely unbearably hot in here. I think we're heading up to 30 degrees today. So he's bought us this is what he's bought us. He's bought us this. He's just gone and bought one, a NutriBullet, and he's gone out to get some frozen strawberries, frozen fruit, and we're going to have a nice cool drink. I think this will be used an awful lot in coming weeks. We did that last year, but I think he overheated the smoothie when he put the ice in. He said it's starting to smell as if the wires are burning, so he's treated himself to a better one, a NutriBullet. So I'll let you see about that. I also thought I'd mention very quickly, we've set up a new vlog site, and it's called, I'm about to change the title. It's called Michu and His Lordship. So if you want to go along and see what we get up to, go to Michu and His Lordship. But other than that, I'm going to love you and leave you and catch you next time. Bye!